Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Roast. I'm, of course, Sugar Chris, and my co-host is obviously absent, like usual. Everybody knows how he is. He'll get around eventually to showing up. But we do have our chat host, Mr. Soul Ion, popping in there. And he says, welcome to the Monday Roast double feature where we have honor, fantasy, and steampunk all rolled up into one savagely fun and mildly informative show. Good morning, Chris, Clay, Bonsart, and chat. Good morning, Soul. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to clarify, it is going to be mildly informative, only mildly informative.
Not too much. Not too much.
I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah. Don't get your hopes up, anybody.
Don't want to exhaust somebody too much. It's too early to learn, I guess.
That's right.
But that's right. We have our returning guest, Mr. Clay, with us, and our new guest, Mr. Bonsart.
Morning.
And we're going to be talking about these gentlemen's fine projects. Clay has been a busy man. He's got a couple up and going. And Bonsart has his own steampunk-powered Kickstarter as well. Let's see. I kept Monday in when changing the template. I'm sorry. It's okay, Soul. It's okay. I didn't even notice. You're fine. But we got Bristolian Dave. He says, all right, me babbers. Hey, Dave. You need to get your gear fixed. Get you on the channel just to have you around. It's been too long, Dave. All right. How are you gentlemen? Well, I know, Mr. Bonsart, you have that migraine. I'm sorry if the intro got too loud.
No, it's fine. I'm recovering.
It clicked into my head after I clicked play. I was like, oh crap, this thing's it's a little loud. It might be too much. Oops. Oh well. Ignore that intro too, by the way. That intro is full of in-jokes and degeneracy. It was made by a friend.
I also saw a friend of mine, Mikey. Well, what's his artist name? Yeah, I know him as Mikey de Bruin, who makes World of Korra.
Oh, Mike Jimmy.
Mike Jimmy.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, he's been on our show plenty of times. We love you, Mike Jimmy here.
Oh yeah. He helped me a lot as well when I started out. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. Actually, we're going to a convention later this year as well. Next year, still November. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It's funny how it's kind of like a small world in this YouTube. I always seem to bump into people that know people that have been on the show or something like that.
Oh yeah.
The flashes of red dresses might be worse for migraines than the music. Shut up, Soul. All righty. So who should we start with first? Let's start with Clay. Since we've only got you for an hour, Clay, we'll go with you. Start you off. Of course.
Bring it on.
So Soul's already thrown in the links, I see, for everybody. Nice. Thank you, Soul. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Soul.
So, Clay, you've been busy since you've last been on.
I've been busy.
You had that Kickstarter that recently ended. You've been rubbing elbows with big names.
Yeah, Prodigal Son. So I that was a project that was created by Don Hanfield and Martin Cove. Martin Cove plays Sensei Kreese on Cobra Kai, and he's always wanted to make a Western. And so he and Don's a producer. He did Nightfall on the History Channel, and the movie The Founder with Michael Keaton about McDonald's, and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, the two of them got together. They came up with this concept, and yeah, I got brought in to help write the comic, and it was a super fun experience. And we kickstarted the first issue. Unfortunately, that Kickstarter is over, but I got two more that we just launched in the last. Well, one launched yesterday, and then the other has been live for about 2 weeks.
Now, since I wasn't able to have you on for that one, are you planning on doing any future books, again for that one, like sequels or?
Yeah. So that's a 4-issue series, and so we let's see, we did the first one. We're gonna do the second one probably early next year, and you can get the first one as part of the second one, obviously. And the idea is to do all 4 issues on Kickstarter. We thought about, like we could come in and just do a big trade. But we really wanted people to have time to learn about the world and get on board with the characters rather than do sort of like a drop the whole thing at once and sort of one and done. Don came up with a pretty cool idea for the 4th issue, which is that it's going to have 3 different endings: the good, the bad, and the ugly, since it is a Western. So there's going to be 3 different endings. You can buy, all 3 endings. You can pick the one you want. You can, you can kind of mix and match. And then when we do finally collect it into the trade, we're gonna like basically get feedback from the audience. What do you think the true ending is? We're gonna have the audience vote, and they'll decide what goes into the trade.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, kind of a
cool.
Always
enjoy that, like, kind of interaction with the customer base and everything, the community there.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool idea.
So saying to you, Clay says, thank you. I enjoyed Blade of Frankenstein 1 and 2 quite a bit, and putting Cthulhu in the 3rd one to get me to back is a bit of a dirty trick, but I'll let it slide.
All right, it worked. Thanks for the kind words. And yes, that is a very dirty trick, but we're not above dirty tricks at Fried Comics.
Yeah, we'll bring it up here since Soul is bringing it up.
Yeah.
Plays and Blade of Frankenstein. We're up to
right.
issue 3. So
issue 3, baby.
Now, how many issues are you going to go with on this?
Like 1 million. That's kind of the plan. I mean, no. So I wrote a story Bible before we started working on the series, and it came out to 7 episodes. Which, originally I was looking at this as something that I wanted to pitch to publishers. And so I was like, I think I have to trim this down. I got to make it like 5 or 6 issues maximum. But I developed it with Carl Potts, who's former editor at Marvel and DC. He was kind of guiding the writing of the story Bible. And, he was basically like, look, with Kickstarter, you don't have to keep, something to 5 or 6 issues. Like, if you're going to Kickstart this, just do it. Don't worry about publishers, figure that out later, but tell the story you want to tell. And I thought, boy, he's totally right. And really kind of as epic as like every script I've written has been longer than the last issue. So with as kind of as epic as this is getting, thinking that like it might be more like 8 episodes, or maybe just, that last one is just an epic double-sized issue or something like that. But I've kind of broken it down into 2 arcs. So the first arc is the first 4 issues, and then the second arc, will either be the 3 or 4. And possibly double issues for the later ones. We'll see about that. Yeah.
Oh, we got Pale Rider popping in. He says, "Why is Chris's face swollen, or is he just gaining weight?" Shut up, Pale Rider. I just got out of the shower and I take really hot showers. That's my face. Why my face is red. You shut up. Gaining weight and losing his hair. Are you taking estrogen pills, Chris? No, I'm not. Gosh. My hair is thinning. Leave me alone. I don't know why.
They are merciless.
It's Pale Rider. Filthy man. Let me see. We're going to play the trailer?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice, short and simple.
Yeah, short and sweet this time.
That's just the way I like it. Let's see. I do find it interesting how you're mixing the monster, like your classic monsters with sword and sorcery. Like I seen the ship is how you say it, the Demeter, the ship that takes like Tequila to London.
Yep.
And stuff. And it's like a vampire crew.
We wanted to, just have a lot of Easter eggs for people who are fans of this. But that is sort of the whole idea, right? It's Gothic horror meets sword and sorcery. So we're kind of taking these public domain characters and mixing them all up in a sword and sorcery fantasy world.
And who doesn't like a little bit of gore?
That's right. It's Halloween time. You got to have gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were these were cameos that we sold during the first issue. And the idea was Frankenstein was going to kill them off in this issue. So this is them meeting a bloody fate.
Oh, I missed out. That could have been me.
Could have been you. Could have been you.
Dang.
Who knows? Maybe we'll open up more for a future issue. You never know.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, it looks really good. And how many pages is this one?
This one, the script clocked in at when all is said and done, it's going to be either 31 or 32 pages. We're still working on that ending. Like this is maybe too much info, but the way printing works with comics, you basically you have to do it in multiples of 4. So we're trying to keep it to 32. The script came in at 32, but I like to have a little bit of extra matter in the back there for some bonus content for the people that read the individual issues. So we're trying to see if we can trim that down to 31 and at least have one page of a little something extra for those readers.
Yeah, seems like a good idea.
Yeah, so TBD.
Halloween. That's right. So,
Yeah.
Did you all get to do anything for Halloween?
I watched Halloween.
Well, there you go. Did you get to do anything, Bonsart? Some type of night raid?
Not on Halloween itself. It's not really that popular over here yet. But I did participate in a children's charity a week earlier, where I dressed up in the middle of the forest and scared passerbys. Or kind of like what do you call it? The haunted trail. So
nice.
Yeah, and I participated in bigger Halloween events in previous years as well. Yeah, where we had like entire entourages and decors and stuff.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. I went to what do they call it? Freak farm or something. It's where there's like kind of like haunted. You walk down the thing. The guided way and. There's actor people dressing up and they try to scare you and sets and all that stuff. I did all that. I did that. My brother's been really into those, so I went with him. Otherwise, I didn't really do nothing myself. I'm just trying to enjoy my vacation.
There you go.
This must be on that pre-transition med. What are you talking about, Pale Rider? I'm not on no transition meds. So it says, look, Mom, I got my head cut off in the comic. Lord have mercy. No, Mom wouldn't say it. She would just find it funny, like she does when I get killed in all the books.
He was very happy. That guy wrote, he was very happy with his demise. So I'm happy we made him happy.
Well, that's what matters.
I don't care what his mom says.
Yeah, I showed the one time I got killed in a book. I showed it to my mom, and it was my friend Aaron's book. Showed it to my mom, and she said something. I think it was like that the nose wasn't right. That it didn't look like the Evans nose. And I told him, and he was like, "Well, I'm never letting you get in my book ever again."
How dare you criticize?
Let's see. Oh, we got Creators Outlet. Hail, hail. Hope you're doing good this morning. Let's see. There we go. The Variants.
That's by Steve Bryant and Jason Millett. And yeah, pretty cool. Frankenstein versus Cthulhu. We did, we did want to have that little Halloween tie-in and with more monsters. And then also, that's kind of our thing, right? He fights monsters for the fate of a savage land. So we had to throw in Cthulhu. Why not?
And between like the classic monsters and Conan and your other sword and sorcery stuff, there's so much material you can pull from.
Oh
the
yeah.
Union series.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and these are all kind of like, loosely based or loosely inspired by the Robert E. Howard Conan stuff. So like this particular issue is a little bit Queen of the Black Coast. I mean, it's they're not direct adaptations, and I wouldn't even call them loose adaptation. I wouldn't even call them really adaptations. It's more like they're inspired by.
Yeah.
So, we put them on a boat. But then we also have, we got vampires and Cthulhu and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you're not just like aping the source material. You're
right.
taking it, molding it, changing it, and turning it into your own.
Yeah, we're kind of using the DNA, using a lot of the tropes, and just sort of playing with it and having a blast.
Okay, we got Soul Sand Sugar. I was at the Conan Doom Metal gig with Tonkozifa yesterday. Main act was kind of monotone and the singer sounded like a leprechaun who got his toe stepped on, but the opener was fun. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, even if the main act wasn't the greatest. Although hearing a lead singer that sounded like a leprechaun who got his toe stepped on might be worth it. It might be worth a laugh. Oh Lord. Let's see. And we got the main cover there.
Yeah, that's the Eric Wynn variant. Yeah, he's Marvel DC artist. Yeah, we're calling this one King of the Black Coast. Yeah, just it was so awesome. We had to make that our project image.
Yeah, it turned out
and that's
nice.
available as a metal as well.
And this Eric fella, he works for the big two.
He does. He does. He got put on my radar by Charlie Stickney, who does Galarian and White Ash. He's used Eric a few times, I think. And yeah, just a great job.
And we got all the different covers.
Yeah, you can bundle them.
Your options, your catch-up tiers.
Bundle and save. Yes, catch up. So it is the third issue, but we make sure that it's like super easy for people to get 1 and 2 as well. You can buy them as add-ons, but usually save a little bit when you bundle them. So we threw those up there.
Oh, you still have variant catch-up. You still have the variant covers for the previous issues as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did a big order on the first issue. So a slightly smaller run on the second, but still pretty hefty. So yeah, we still have a few of those laying around, and they can be yours.
Who did this first one here?
That's a guy named Chuma Hill.
And
I'm really, I think he's doing some work maybe for the big two now. I feel like I just saw that. But I mostly know him from Instagram.
Okay.
I saw his work on Instagram, and
I'd say the art style looked familiar, but I don't know where I know it from. Looks good. All covers catch up. Get all of them. And then we got the fancy metal.
Yeah, you can get them all as metal.
Yeah, look at that. Sugar Rush. Oh, we must have got Soul must have backed. He couldn't resist the call of Cthulhu.
Let's see. I think he did.
I don't
remember where we were number-wise before,
I don't know where we started.
It looks like it went up.
I'll have to take his word on it.
Thank you, Soul.
But I mean, look at that. You're already up past 7K. I mean, that's real good.
Yeah. We're in good.
It seems like you've got a good following, built up, Mr. Clay.
Yeah. It's been great. Yeah, people seem to have responded well to this series. We got a lot of reader feedback from the second issue, and the thing is, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and you always kind of hope people receive this stuff well, and when you launch another book and it funds and you get to keep doing this, okay, well, people must be liking it, but you don't always hear back from people. You don't always get letters and things. I'm talking like it's the 1800s and we still get letters, but you don't always get emails and feedback from people. And we got a lot of great feedback from readers on issue 2. They seem to really dig it, and yeah, that's all. That's really gratifying.
Clay's just receiving mail by pigeon from people with inkwells and quills.
That's right. That's right. Yes, carrier pigeon, smoke signals. We'll take feedback any way we can. Yeah.
Let's see. So I'll put that up in the corner there since we got a sugar rush.
Oh, that's the sugar rush. All right.
Mr. Hojo, good morning. Let's see. Yep. Soul says he went with the Steve Bryant variant.
Awesome. Good call.
Tearing up tentacles.
That's right. Yeah, that's the standard cover by Mr. McByers.
Which this one here? You got
that's
this
the
one.
Okay. That's the one. Good choice, Soul.
Good choice. Yes, yes. Oh, we got Marinus. Hey, Marinus. Popping in. Good to see you. We're checking out Blazing Blade of Frankenstein. One that Soul has a liking for by Mr. Clay here. We was checking it out real quick.
Welcome.
Still got 15 days, so you still got a couple weeks yet.
We got some time on the clock.
Yeah, if you need to get another paycheck or two in before you can back it. Or wait, no. What am I saying? Kickstarter waits till the end, right?
They do.
Yeah.
You won't be charged till the end.
I always forget that. I always keep thinking of Indiegogo. Sloppy me, sloppy.
I do, Indiegogo is interesting that way. Like I sort of like that they just charge right away, because then it feels like there's kind of less volatility sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But they each have their pros and cons.
Yeah, that's what I like it because it takes the money right away. Because I like that aspect of Indiegogo because then it's like, okay, I know that money's now gone. It's gone right now. I can I can more accurately budget my stuff. I don't have
surprises,
to try and predict. Yeah, I don't have to try and predict anything. Good. Let's see. Soul's putting in for Hojo's Mythicals. Thank you, Soul. Okay. If this ain't your only project, we got to talk about the other one.
Let's do it.
You bring that one up. We have the Nightmare Theater 3D.
That's it.
Chapter horror anthology. I'm curious, are we getting 3 fancy glasses to go with this?
Oh yeah. Every copy comes with a pair of 3D glasses.
How many of these have you done now? These anthologies, these ones?
So this is the third. So that's why we went with the 3D theme.
Oh, okay. This one's got a little bit of a higher goal than our previous one. There, I see.
Yeah, we usually set that as the goal for these anthologies, just because it's kind of a fun little number to do for Halloween.
Okay. I thought maybe since it had a bunch of it was an anthology, maybe you had to pay more people and do all that.
Well, yeah, no, there is that consideration. There is that consideration too. Yeah.
Okay.
These books have much higher costs. A lot more. I mean, a lot of work goes into all of it. You know what I mean? But trying to corral this many creators and publish a book of this size and figure out the 3D aspect of it, it takes a lot of work.
And trying to do an anthology, it must be like herding cats. All those creators.
It feels like it sometimes. Yeah, it feels like it sometimes.
Oh, look at that! Only one more backer to get us to 200. Come on, people! Somebody back.
We need that sugar rush.
Get that nice even number. Come on, 200.
That's right.
But look at that! You're off to a really good start with this one too. Over 10K. You still got 29 days.
Yeah, we launched yesterday. We got about 75% funded, and I don't know. Let's try to get there in the next couple days.
Yeah. I'm gonna play the trailer.
Go for it.
We're back. It's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare. So turn the lights down low, for the time is ripe and the theater is open once again. Get scared, my cinephile friends. It's a real horror show. Remember, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Oh my! So you got a live action lady for that one there.
We do. Sarah Maliski. Yeah, she's been involved from the start, playing Shelley Poe Stoker. That's one of our horror hosts, and she does a great job. I noticed that your little red dress gif there, or whatever, was kind of dancing to the music. It was well timed.
Yep, well, likes a good beat, I guess.
Yeah.
That was one of Pale Rider's drawings that he, of course, had to make. A sugar rush to soul, what shall sugar bottom do? Sing, tell a story, or something else. Shut up, Pale Rider. Oh, damn it. Bristolian Dave says, a live action lady. Well, what do you want it? That's what it was. She ain't no cartoon lady.
A real life lady. That's right.
Yeah, I know us nerds don't see them too often, Let's see. We got Grant. Hello, Grant. Hope you're doing well today.
Welcome, Grant.
I thought it sounded like a report. I can't catch a break with these people. Nothing I say or do
Merciless.
is ever good enough. No respect. 160 plus pages.
That's right.
How much is it going to cost for that 160 plus pages?
Well, you can take a look and see. It's $13 for the digital, or $20 for the digital deluxe. This week only, I think through Friday noon, we got some early bird pricing. So $25 for the standard cover. That's also by Steve Bryant and Jason Millett. Steve and Jason have a story in the anthology. So, so they've got their standard cover there. Then we've got some variants. You can go a little pricier if you want. We got some hard covers. We've got the first 2 volumes of the anthology that you can also pick up. We got some very limited numbers of the first one. We're almost completely sold out of that book, and we did a nice big run on that. So it feels a little weird to be almost sold out, but here we are.
Oh my. So, yep. So there you go, folks. Only $25 for all those pages. That's pretty good.
That's right.
Value.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Well, you got to get it now. Deal. Oh, we got an homage.
Yeah, little Evil Dead homage.
And of course, if you can't have a good horror thing without boobies, I guess. Yeah. That's pretty standard in the horror genre.
Is that standard? We went with the Emmanuel Taglietti, who did one of our variants for the last volume. He sort of does these beautiful women and horror kind of things. He's an old Italian master, and so we couldn't resist getting another one by him. And my co-editor Dave Schrader commissioned the other 2, the Mexifunk that you saw up there, and the Evil Dead homage, and he got some naughty variations on those as well, because why not?
Yeah,
Give the people what they want, Sugar Chris.
It definitely does look like a old Italian horror.
Yes,
stuff.
Yeah, that's what he specializes in. That's what he does, and his stuff is sold really well for us. He did a cover last time out that was very well received, and we decided to go back to the well this time.
I've watched a lot of those like 80s Italian horror movies.
Yep.
Over the years. We got some. Looks like here's some interiors.
Yeah, Melissa White has a story called Sacrifice. She was in our last anthology as well. So she's a returning champion. This is a story called Unhappy Endings by my co-editor, Dave Schrader. And I think, just personally speaking, I think this is some of Dave's best work on this story. He's the co-creator of Baby Badass from Action Lab. And he co-writes Carmella Unbound with me. And yeah, I was really impressed when I read his story for this.
Okay. Look at all that. Oh
Dave
no.
Launch.
Oh, brutal. That leg.
Dave Launch is back.
Ouch. Let's see. Grant says, looks cool, guys. He says,
Thank you.
I have a Kickstarter out now. Let me know if you want to do cross promo.
Oh, cool. Yeah, for sure. Let me know.
Oh, yeah, sure. Contact me on Twitter. I'm trying to send a message in the chat, but for some reason, my comments get bumped. I don't know why.
Oh, that's weird. Let me check this. Let me see if I can bring up the channel here on a separate thing. See if I can see them. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't see him in the chat at
Yeah,
all.
it says, yeah, I tried to send them twice, but maybe it's on my end somewhere. But I'm afraid to press the reset button, refresh button.
Yeah. Soul put out the link for Grant's book. Thank you, Soul. Let's see. Ouch. That poor chick. Those legs aren't the way they're supposed to be.
Yes. Like Humpty Dumpty, she had a bad fall. This is Dave Dwanch and George Quadros. This is the third part of their story that they've been doing in Nightmare Theater. Pretty much every single story we do is self-contained. And really, this is no exception with Dave's story, but so every episode is kind of self-contained, but they do kind of grow off of each other, just for Dave's story. But Dave's a creator with quite a good track record of horror, and we decided to let him run with that, with a little recurring feature. He's the only one that's got a recurring feature in here.
Oh, there it showed up. That's weird. That one showed up.
Yeah,
for you.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I made an ad mention at Grant, but
It's hard to tell. YouTube's a bit weird sometimes.
mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oof. Look at that brutality.
That's Matt Sumo and Pete Collins. And those were two creators that I was not familiar with, but another one of our contributors sent Matt to us, and he really, really impressed us with this story.
Oh, awesome. Now, what's the average page count for each story then?
They all kind of vary. Like I would say the average page count is about 6, but some are 8. Some people have done some shorter ones, like Ray Anthony Height, which is this one, Zombie Eater. I think that one's maybe only 2 pages. Like it's a short. Yeah, I think that's correct on his. But yeah, so like a couple people might have some shorts. But my story is 12 pages. I know we got at least one 10-pager in there. We got a lot of variety for people.
Okay.
This is a story I'm excited about by Tom Levine and Peter Taylor, called Legion.
Oof.
And I originally read this as a short prose story that Tom had written, and it was just very effective and super creepy. So I was more than happy to have him adapted into a comic. And man, that art by Peter Taylor is fantastic.
Looks like some sort of body horror sort of thing there. Oof.
Yeah, there's some gross out stuff going on in here for sure.
It seems like there's going to be something for everybody here, so you won't leave disappointed by the end of this book.
yeah, we try to like really make sure we hit all the bases, so it's not like we've got 10 vampire stories in here or something like that. It's like, all right, if you like vampires, we got a vampire story. If you like zombies, we got a zombie story. If you like, torture porn, all right, we got one torture porn story. If you like Lovecraftian horror, I'm doing a Lovecraft adaptation. If like in any kind, we try to hit all the different kinds of horror that there are out there. And yeah, have a little something for everybody.
Of course. Look at that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thing there. Ooh.
Yeah, that's Gary Scott Beatty. He does a webtoon called Gods of Azern, which is a very Lovecraft inspired thing. And so yeah, he's been in all 3 of our anthologies. And yeah, he does some very cool stuff. This is kind of an adaptation of a Japanese myth that he did using his Gods of Azern characters.
Oh, neat. Wonderful. Kermit the Frog with boobs. Straight out of my nightmares.
That's why we call it Nightmare Theater, Sugar Chris. We've plumbed your nightmares.
The music of Eric Zahn.
Eric Zahn, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my story. That's the Lovecraft adaptation.
He's bleeding.
He is. And that's Steve Bryant's story, Skitter. It's very cool and unsettling.
Let's see. Yeah. Mr. Brink. Hello, sir. Genuine Comics. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Yes.
Happy all 3.
Well, since Soul Ion gave me the power, I choose Chris to play this video, explain how it relates to his lore. Yeah, maybe later. I'll get around to it. Chris does love his short shorts. What? Oh.
That's Terry Mayo. He's got a great story in there. Richard Fairgray is a returning champion. He's been in all of our anthologies. This is Richard does these weird, they're just so strange. I love them so much. I'm really happy to have published Richard's stuff in all 3 anthologies because they're just so delightfully weird. And this is no exception. Travis Gibb joins us this time. He does the Cthulhu Invades anthologies, so we were really stoked to get him involved.
Poor man got it right in the groin.
That's right. I mean, talk about painful falls. We've got a few of those in this anthology.
This poor man.
And this is someone named Nadine Garcia. She's we met her at San Diego Comic-Con, and she's an animator. She's worked on stuff for Fox. King of the Hill, I think, might be one she worked on. But yeah, she's coming to us from the animation industry, and she had a really cool take on a Venezuelan legend that was cool. And the script for this was fantastic. So I'm excited to see her in this book.
Kermit with boobs would be a good idea for Sugar Chris's OnlyFans. Well, I don't have one. Gosh dang it, Grant. You've been hanging around Pale Rider too much. I do not have an OnlyFans. Soul says, if you like torture porn, Clay doesn't judge and has everyone covered. Personally, I find it annoying when they cry and beg for 10 minutes in movies. A swift end is preferred. Well, yeah.
Fair enough.
Different strokes for different folks.
Sounds like something you'd say on your OnlyFans. What's that?
Like this guy here.
Yes, exactly.
Degenerate over there. Oh God, no, not the eye. No.
Yes,
Oh.
Anthony Stokes. He's got a great story in here, and Richard Fairgray illustrated it. And it's another one of those more like gets under your skin. It's not necessarily gory or anything like that, although you may not necessarily get that from this page, but it's just but yeah, you have that reaction like you just had, Sugar Chris. You see some of the images and you're like, oh my God, it just really gets to you.
No. Chris, I am not being shy. I do not have an OnlyFans. Pale Rider has an OnlyFans in my name that he shouldn't have. I don't even know what he does on there. Probably,
This is another returning champion, Phil C. Butahorn and Don Cardenas on the art. And I actually have to go in and add, this story was co-written by Phil's 6-year-old son, James. So
that's interesting.
I've got to add little James to the page. Yeah. Raising him right.
Yeah, starting him early.
That's right.
Become a comic book superstar.
And that's Jessica Maison Judd. She's back with us. She was in the first anthology with Mark Machtel on the art. And this is another script I love. I mean, I feel like I'm a broken record. I'm saying this about all of these, but really, like, I've been really, all of the anthologies have been fantastic. I've been blown away by all the scripts coming in for this one. And some of the fantastic art we're seeing. And we're going to have more by Pat Shand, Brian Hawkins, a few more other people.
We got posters. Let's see. I remember that one.
Yep, that's the Taglietti from last time.
And it's a poster. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. We got a few of those left over.
That'd be nice to have up on your wall.
Yeah.
And you got, of course, your catch-ups.
Yep.
You're missing out on the previous anthologies. Grant says Phil was in his horror anthology too.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Phil gets around. He likes the anthologies.
There's some more variants.
Yep, those are all our volume 1 variants. We have very low supplies on some of those.
Oh, that's a pretty cool cover there, that date night variant.
Yeah, we did. So that's as you can get it as a soft cover or a hard cover. So that's the hard cover there. Good stuff. And the Taglietti is also a hard cover. I won't show that one and scandalize your audience. It's uncensored.
Yes, my audience is all a bunch of prudes. You know, they don't like that.
Yes, I they don't want any of that stuff.
Dave says Chris gets around to shut up, Dave. Oh Lord. Look at that. Oh, and you got like a
cosplay cover.
Yeah,
with Sarah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Might actually be a good idea.
Volume 2 before and after midnight. Oh,
yes.
The safe for work and then the not safe for work.
Yes, nice and naughty.
Yeah, there we go. I like that you've included options for hardcovers. But
yeah,
is that harder to do with costs and everything?
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on the first. So the first Nightmare Theater, we went with a printer that was overseas, and that wasn't really difficult at all. They're basically able to, just print the interiors, and then and then they do the hardcovers separately. That really wasn't a big deal. On the second volume, yes, it became a lot more complicated because like this one here, the Taglietti had some nudity on it. They couldn't print it overseas, so we had to go with a domestic printer. And that made our costs jump up for the hardcover quite a bit. Yeah, so it complicated things a lot.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Chris is still baffled by there being a real woman on the campaign page. How does that even work? That's right. I didn't know they were real. Oh, Lord. You can do that.
And then if you missed Carmilla Unbound from earlier in the year, that was our campaign earlier, featuring
The
the
vampire.
Vampirus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
we've
remember-
got all those covers still available as add-ons.
Yeah, I remember this project when you came on and talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a cool one. I liked that one. That was a neat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Lucas Strati. He does really great work. Another Italian.
What's with you and all these Italians, Clay?
The
Hey, they're good
Italians
artists.
can make. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they know what they're doing, right?
The Italians are competing with the Brazilians for comic work, apparently. It seems like every time I turn around talking to an indie guy, they've always got like a Brazilian or some other South American folk working for them.
Yeah, I'm currently working with a Brazilian artist who's making art for a video we're gonna publish during the Kickstarter, and the sketches look bloody amazing.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, you can't argue with the quality and affordable.
That's right.
And they're affordable too and stuff. And they usually got a good work ethic and everything. So you can't. You got to
Can't fault
go.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else just
No.
needs to step up their game to compete with the Brazilians and Italians. Italian comic artists are awesome, but every Italian artist I know does a porno comic.
Oh.
Well,
Well, they
right.
remain Italian, so.
Now, hey, Bonsart, where are you located? You said something about Halloween not being big over there. Where
Yeah,
are
I'm
you?
from the Netherlands.
Oh, the Netherlands. Oh, okay. What
Yes.
what part, if you don't mind my asking?
Gelderland, near Arnhem. You
Okay.
might know it from Operation Market Garden.
Ah, all right, all right. I spent a summer in Amsterdam in college and just loved it. I mean, just yeah. I wish I could have traveled more across the country, but yeah, really, really lovely over there.
Yeah. Go visit Gelderland. It really is one of the better places.
I have been
All right.
told not. I have actually been told not to go to Amsterdam.
No?
Yeah, Amsterdam is a tourist trap. It's I don't know.
It's
I
the
don't
city.
like it myself, but I'm not a city person overall. But I mean, it's you can hardly call it Dutch at this point. I mean, if you know where to go in Amsterdam, there are some very special places.
Sure.
And of course, there are the museums. But overall, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Clay just.
I
went
liked
there
going to
for-
the museums. I was that nerd. I liked the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum. Just some fantastic.
I mean,
art.
Rembrandt is awesome. I mean, it's
Yep.
just he's just amazing. I mean, I don't know much about art, but there's definitely some stuff that I would like to copy at some point from him, including our comics.
Yep.
Yeah. Clay went to Amsterdam for the museums. Sure, Clay.
Well, you know, when in Rome, but yeah, I mean, I was more interested. I was there studying theater, so I was there for the art.
How long was that ago?
Oh, that was a long time ago. That was 98, I think. Yeah. So 25 years ago.
It was a different place back then.
Yeah.
It
I
really
have
was.
not been back, so I can't compare it.
Let's see. Soul says, didn't miss Carmilla. The Clockwork Orange cover arrived nicely, but I still have to read it. It's on my to-do pile of comics, pretty far up and after Red Eyes 3. Well,
Nice. Great to hear. Yeah, the Clockwork Orange cover sold very well for us. And that was I had no idea because it had nothing to do really with the premise of the book. So when Dave suggested it, I was like, sure, let's try it. And that sold for us very well.
looks like this man just got done checking out some of those Italian variant covers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing there. But that's Dave, my co-editor.
He's like, yeah. All right, Sam.
Good morning.
I'm glad you could make it.
Well, thank
Hey,
you.
good morning.
Sorry, I got some things that delayed me this morning. A 3D printer, 3D printing that went really bad, and then a kid that was late at school.
Oh,
I
no.
knew you were still 3D printing.
Of course,
You're over there like, ooh, my Nat figure.
I have to make a not army. If I don't build it, nobody will. And you know what they say? If you build it, they will come.
That's what they say.
Oh yeah, my not army is it's in the making. I changed resin and it stuck to the freaking thing, and by taking it off of the plate, it broke. And I'm like, I don't like this resin.
Let's see. Dave says Amsterdam has lots of nice things that are illegal here in the UK. I'm sure it does, Dave.
And good morning, Clay.
Well,
And
things are illegal in the UK.
Good morning.
Bonsart or Bokel, whatever.
Hello.
Yeah, you got a license for that, Dave? I have good memories with Amsterdam. Played Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 on arcade cabinets over there. Oh, that's quick ass.
Wow.
That'd be so much fun to
Man,
play.
arcade cabinets. I don't know if we still have those here. I'm pretty sure there's probably someplace, but
Do like here at the Walmart, they've got like little mini arcade cabinets for like Pac-Man and different things.
Oh yeah, those are
Pretty
cool. Yeah.
Like if my dad was still alive, I'd have got him a Pac-Man
But did you see that
for him. He loved Pac-Man.
I saw an ad for it, but it was somebody made one of those mini arcades that you could play, but they had all the games in it.
Yeah.
It's not just Pac-Man. You pick the model.
Yeah.
But inside you have all the old arcade games that you can play with it.
Yeah, when I was back in the earlier days of Steel City Con, they used to have guys would set up. There was a company, like a small company, that would set up that sold those custom cabinets, and it looked so nice. They were so nice. You could slide them out, and it had all the controllers and guns and everything, and then you had your regular arcade stuff, and it was loaded up with like everything from like, you know, arcade games that you would find in an arcade cabinet, but then you also had like Dreamcast, Sega, like all different consoles, and there was like hundreds and hundreds of games loaded in, and it was so cool looking. I was like, man, that would be so much fun to play and have one of those. But they were like thousands of dollars. I was like, nah, it ain't worth it.
Oh, dude, I went to one of my friend's place, and he had the original arcades in his basement.
Yeah.
And dude, it looks so awesome. You're like, you have all of them. And he had my favorite one, which is Metal Slug. He had Metal Slug. And I'm like, holy shit, you have this? And I started playing. I'm like, dude, I want one. He goes, you know how much they're worth? I'm like, how much? When he said it, they're close to 10K. I was like, ouch.
yeah.
Yes, maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll have it in my basement. But Metal Slug was what was my jam at the arcade. That and Virtua Shooter, is that it? The one where you had the gun there, the two guns next to it, and you had to reload.
Oh, look at that. We're 201.
Did we get a sugar rush?
We got two.
Sweet.
We got that sugar rush.
We were at 199 when we started looking at it. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did it, boys. Good job, everybody in the chat. We got past
Well
that.
done. Well done, all. Thank you.
Everybody loves Clay's work.
Hey, I had to show up for it to happen.
Oh, look at you.
All you, Sam.
How dare you? You
It's
show up
all
late.
me.
Wow. Show up late. Start taking credit for everything.
Yeah, of course.
That's how you do life, right?
Dude, I have to validate the reason why I was late. And the reason why I was late was to make a stunning entrance and having
That's
two
right.
more backers.
That's how you do it.
We're quite ready.
This is how you do it.
Hello, sir. How's your project coming along, sir? I remember reading your book and having you on, and it what was on your site there, and it looked pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed the vampires. Let's see. Yes, I seen that there. 201 backers have been reached for Nightmare Theater 3D. Ain't that great? That is so cool. Sim,
Awesome.
my Nat Army sounds like you're planning on cloning your son. Maybe.
Maybe.
Never know with Sim.
Maybe, baby.
It's Sim.
Hello.
Let's see. Steel City. That's right.
Okay. I'll be back in just a sec.
Wow. Shows up late, takes credit for the stuff, and then leaves.
Ducking in and out.
Let's see. All right. And we've been leaving Mr. Bokel all quiet over there, so we need to start talking to him some.
Yes, indeed. And unfortunately, I do have to jet. I'm sorry. I do have someplace I have to be. So Bonsart, I'm sorry I haven't checked out your project, but send me a link somehow, or I will check in with Sugar Chris, or let's connect.
I'll ask Chris to give me your Twitter or something, and then I'll do it.
Awesome.
It's
Can't wait
right
to check
there.
it out.
Thank you.
Clay's Evil Twin is his at there.
That's me.
Yep.
All right. Take care, gents. Thanks for the sugar rush, and Bonsart, good luck.
Yes, thank you, sir. Good
Later,
night.
Clay.
Or good day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
All right. Now we're left with Mr. Bonsart. Now we can finally have a conversation. I just wanted to get Clay in before he had to go. So that's a nice chair. I like it. That's fancy. Let's see. Yeah, good luck. Always good to have you on. Yeah, it was good. It's always good having Clay on. Yeah. Mr. Bonsart, you have a YouTube channel
That's right.
as well. So I don't know if you put the link in there for his channel. I got it in the description. I do believe I do. I remember, pretty sure I did. Didn't I?
Yes, so it's also in my name here, Radio Retrofuture. That's basically how I got into writing in the first place. Kinda, not entirely, but
I subscribed to it there, and I've watched a couple of the videos. I've always like I told you before the stream, I always liked the steampunk stuff, and got into like trying to read some stories about it and everything, but I haven't seen too many steampunk stories, especially nowadays. Like I know there was at one point there was a bit of a craze going on for it.
yeah, it really exploded in 2012. And however, the thing with steampunk is that the word is rather deceptive. For one, it refers to three different things, which is that it's a genre, but it's also an aesthetic, and it's also like this community of costume enthusiasts. And the difference sounds trivial, but these are three things that rarely communicate with one another. I'm probably one of the few creators that actually covers all three of those elements. So there is very little overlap between the costume community and the writers and the creatives. Because the people who are into the costume really care about the social aspect about it. And you've got the creatives who just want to create, and so there is very little attention for steampunk creators for that reason, which is a shame.
Yeah, I know. It seemed like steampunk got bigger over in Europe rather than here in the States. It seemed like it because
I don't know if that's true. I mean, yeah, in the Netherlands, there was at some point a really big steampunk community. I mean, it's often still overrepresented at the fairs. We don't really had until 2010 we didn't really have a convention culture here. So the steampunk costuming element came here from what we call fantasy fairs. They're kind of comparable to Ren fairs in the United States, kind of.
okay.
But the steampunks in the United States really came from the convention sphere, so that they had a very different development, and that also makes it interesting. So there's a lot more attention from the American conventions for steampunk than for the creators than it is over here. Especially the Brits are very tribal. If they don't know you, they don't want anything to do with you. I often get that impression, which is a shame. not so much on an individual level, but it's very hard to get attention for your projects over there because they see it as an infringement on their social cliques, and that's that caused a lot of resentment between primarily for the creators, because they know how hard it is to get your eyeballs on anything. And then you have got a people who claim to be fans of steampunk, but they don't want to support them, and that's and that's unfortunate.
Yes, here's the YouTube channel, everybody. I don't. Now, obviously, Mr. Bokel don't need my help promoting his channel. He's got way more subscribers than I do.
Yeah, it's quite amazing how it's growing. Currently, it's growing faster than ever. I'm now at the average of 70 new subscribers every 28 days.
Wow.
I mean, for YouTube terms, that's not amazing, but for many independent creators, that's great. I still need to find a way to really exploit and gain attention for my Kickstarters for it. But yeah, it's a subgenre. It's not even a subgenre. It's like a niche genre at this point.
Yeah.
But I do notice there is a lot of, like, every time I show it's like, oh, like steampunk, awesome, So there is a demand for it, but people don't know where to find it. That seems to be a bigger problem than there being no demand for it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of steampunk stuff in a long while.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, it's because the algorithms don't push it. And I one of the thing I would have been great to ask Clay about this, but I think also I think much of it as Hollywood does not want to embrace anything new at the moment.
Nah.
So, and I think there's also a big problem with marketing. Like, how do you promote steampunk? Right, you'd have to promote it like a series like Penny Dreadful, something like that. But then the marketers would say, well, then it would also have to be that particular show, or sold as that particular show, and that's a problem because, again, it's for my definition for the genre, and I did not come up with this. This is actually from the conception of the genre, is cyberpunk in the past. Now people know what cyberpunk is. But can you market that as alternate history? So right now I'm watching an alt history series for all mankind, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. I just started watching it yesterday, so I can't tell you too much about it, but it would be something like that, except more sci-fi, I suppose. For all mankind, it's about the space program and that the Russians got to the moon first, which is already a very interesting premise to explore. But yeah, that's kind of what I do, and it's also kind of what my series is about. The Journey to Elysium we're currently funding on Kickstarter. It's the first issue in our comic book series, and it's also going to be the topic of our upcoming videos, where the art is made for. Which is about a character inspired by Werner von Braun, except he's from India, which in the video will explain how the space program and India are connected, but they are, even in a real world sense as well, by the way. But in steampunk, everything science fiction or futuristic all happens a bit earlier, so that's the entire idea of the series. And it also consists out of books. That's where I started with, was short stories, which I also offer in anthologies I'm very proud of, which are these two for now. There are over 30 short stories in the series already, and they're all file entries from the world. So I also have, these books are actually designed to look like files as well.
Full screen that. Yeah, look at that.
So it also has some fan art from the community as well.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm considering doing an art contest, but I don't know.
So it says play the channel trailer. It's great stuff. All right.
Sweet.
We will. It's here. Let me bring it up. I'll full screen it.
Don't forget the audio.
Oh, that's an advertisement.
That's an ad. Get out of here. There we go.
Greetings, fellow traveler, and welcome to the Association of Ishtar, a multiverse of cosmic mystery and steampunk adventure. The Association of Ishtar is a clandestine organization of volunteers investigating anomalies called rifts, portals to other worlds where anything is possible. Most of these planes are but savage variations of Earth, but some are home to advanced civilizations or the occasional alien beings beyond human comprehension. Every day, these brave men and women are risking their lives by crossing the fringes of reality. Should they succumb, they will die in obscurity. But it's not the Associate's vocation to perish, but to seek out and gather information on the copious threats lurking beyond the rifts to ensure humanity can overcome. After all, those who pry prevail.
Quite nicely done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And music was also done by a friend of the channel called Musical Wizardry. He also does a lot of history he also does a lot of music for actual mainstream publications, including Dutch shows, by the way. Which is quite interesting. Yeah.
No, I just sub to your channel.
Let's see. Very cool presentation of the campaign, and it's funded.
Yeah. I for the full funding of the next issue, we need 3,000. So we'll see if we're gonna make that.
Still got 26
so we
days.
still have a long way to go for the series as a whole. But we'll see what happens, how it develops. A lot of people are waiting for their paycheck at the moment, I know. So maybe we'll get a sudden boost in the next coming few days. I hope so.
Well, a lot of those campaigns, it's like what you get a bunch of backers at the beginning, then it's got that dead middle, and then a bunch at the end. That's how it seems to work.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. However, there is a good reason to back the project as early as possible, because I do give away free weekly stuff, like short stories, wallpapers, that types of bonuses. We also have guest posts by other creators as well who talk about their creations. So yeah, and the sooner you join, the more you get, essentially.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I like about Kickstarter. Like between Indiegogo and Kickstarter, like I prefer Indiegogo, but there's one thing that they have at Kickstarter that I'm like, what the hell are Indiegogo waiting for? It's backers only updates and messages.
Yeah.
So you can give away and rewards and stuff like that just for them, like you're on what is it, Patreon? So it gives you that ability to just share
stories myself.
Yes. And that's what I like it. And I'm like, I send multiple messages every time I get like, oh, do you have any, advice or, comments to say about Indiegogo? Do this. It's freaking sweet.
Yeah, you also mentioned you enjoyed 3D printing.
Yes.
We actually have STL files for sale for these bookends and tabletop miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who
they're on the campaign,
they are there is a reward tier that includes all the STL files, and they can also be bought in pairs with the add-ons.
Do you make them physically available for people that don't have a 3D printers, or it's just for 3D printers?
Well, we did that last time, but the problem is it's a lot of hassle. It's very expensive, and it makes me barely any money. So and the STL files, then people can download it themselves, make them at any size they want, and at any price they want.
I mean, it's one of
So-
the things I'm planning on doing when I'm what I'm doing right now is to make them available for people to buy them made, or
Mhm.
to buy the STL. So it's either you do it yourself or you buy
Yeah. I might do like for the next Kickstarter. I might do it again, but the problem is that with a lot of the people who print stuff, they want like an upfront cost. So unless you sell like a lot,
Well,
it's
talk to
barely
me.
worth all the time and energy.
Come talk to me in a few months.
Okay.
I have something just for that. That's what
All
I'm
right.
working on. Yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
like a print on demand type of idea.
Now
Mhm.
look at Bokel's mad drip here. I'm envious of this. He's so dapper and fancy. Boys and
This is
fancy
actually
glasses.
my own hallway, by the way.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that he has that little monocle there that has multiple lens on the other one that you were showing before, like the big thing on the side, which it's the thing that inspired me to do that on Zed in the Nadverse. That's why he has those style like aviator goggles, but he has those extra lenses on the side because he's
Yeah.
a mechanic, he's an engineer. So I'm like he's gonna need them, and that's the inspiration come from steampunk because they always had those type of goggles with multiple little lenses of colors and shit.
Yeah, it's a trope of the aesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this alternate history. Chris never told us all about his fascination with cross dress and hitting on Yoda's face.
But talking about steampunk,
That is not true.
you know the comic book called Lady Mechanica?
Yeah, I read one issue, but it didn't really appeal to me.
I really like it in the beginning. I'm still following it, hoping that it picks up.
Let's see.
So far, I think it's one of the best steampunk comics there.
Yeah, it's more fantasy than steampunk, and then that's
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a Carbon Gray was a bit of like a mix of steampunk and cyberpunk. If you ever read that Carbon
Well, I
Gray?
mean that's pretty much what cyberpunk. I mean, literally, steampunk is cyberpunk in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I like it. To be quite honest.
So, how many pages is this book?
I think the standard edition is, from the top of my head, 26 or 32. Not exactly sure. That's this one. It's already done, by the way, the first issue.
Oh,
And special edition is 40
book.
pages. Unfortunately, my delivery screwed up, so I don't have that one yet. That should have been arrived yesterday, but now I have to pick it up at the town over because delivery services.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard some stories. Like I haven't had them happen to me, but I had somebody that had to wait 3 months while the pallets were at the dock, and he could not even have access to it. And they sent it back to another place that was further, and he had to go get them himself, pay himself the truck to go get them. I was like, that is ridiculous. Like you're paying shipping, and they're not cheap with their shipping.
Yeah.
So it should be delivered to your goddamn house.
Yeah, I have no idea what went wrong there, but I talked about it with a neighbor, and it appears to happen more often.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 10-minute drive, but still.
I've heard that sometimes it's because of the city or the town that you're in. They don't want to have commercial deliveries, so that's why they're not allowed to go deliver to your place.
No, usually the same company delivers at my door, so I don't get it.
That's weird.
And
Everything else at that shipment was delivered correctly. Well, I mean, it's still packed by Amazon, so I had 20 books I now have to return as well.
Wow.
Because they got damaged in transit. But
you said you had a Brazilian fellow doing your art. Is that right?
well, all this is done by Johan Alexander. He's from Indonesia. He also illustrated my other books as well, just as the upcoming book Anwen, which I'm really looking forward to publish. I'm reading through that one last time before publishing that on Amazon. Then we're probably going to do a Kickstarter for that as well, or maybe the first 2 books on that. But yeah, I have like various artists making art for the Association of Ishtar over the since I started. This one really wants to do stuff for me, and he had a special offer because I'm working on the video telling the kind of like the what led to this situation. It's like, okay, well, in that case, you can do like illustrations about this part of the history, because you can only get that far with stock footage. Now, fortunately, I do a lot of alt stuff. A lot of the stuff included in here is based on actual history, so I can use a lot of historical cartoons and imagery and photos. But there were definitely moments where I was editing the video, like, oh man, I would love to have original art for this.
Mhm.
But I mean, the view count of my current videos is not worth that effort, worth that investment. Um, but yeah, so he made me an offer. Okay, let's do it this time, and hope I can reuse them in the future as well. So that's I really hope that my crowdfunding, my monthly crowdfunding picks up, so I can afford illustrators at a regular basis and upgrade the videos and really bring this world to life,
Mhm.
because it really is a mixed media thing, and all my books have a lot of illustrations, most by Johan Alexander, who's also made these drawings. And yeah, we keep expanding this steampunk universe.
Yeah.
And you can read the short stories for free on my Ream Stories page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we got the standard, 28 pages. Special edition is 40.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. They're all
Yeah,
paperback.
the special edition contains a lot of lore about the military unit that is in this particular issue, but also other more background stuff, and also a bit of a illustrated prologue as well on the world's history, like one of the most pivotal events in this timeline.
I do like lore. I'm a sucker for.
Yeah. Well,
Getting-
then in that case, you'll love the Association of Ishtar, because we've got a lot of it,
Yeah, I do love
which
lore.
is all in the short stories.
Like that's what got me into like Warhammer, like fantasy and Warhammer 40K was just how much detail and lore was in it. Like I used to spend so much time in the Lexicanum just sitting there reading stuff.
Yeah, well, how I work is that before I wrote my bigger books, I've got 2 novels now in the series. The first one is The Wrench in the Machine, with wonderful art by Storinger from Sweden, and Bound for the Sticks.
Are those
illustrated
available on
by
the campaign as well?
Yeah, they're all the books. Everything is on sale, both digital and hard copy.
And if there's
Oh.
is there a possibility for them to order them on a website or something if they want it right
Yeah,
now?
they are on Amazon, but I also have my own web store, my own Gumroad store. I think it's Bonsart at Gumroad. The link is on the page associationofishtar.com.
Cool. So there you go. You can grab everything I want on the campaign, or grab some of the stuff and have a preview.
Yeah. And yeah, well, at the moment, everything I earn on this series goes to my illustrators. So yeah, I'm really proud on that one. That's inspired by the Penny Dreadfuls from the 19th century. Those were like the first pulp magazines, but no one pledged on it yet, fortunately.
Penny Dreadfuls.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah, I have plans to for future stories to have a lot of inspirations from the Penny Dreadful stories. But yeah, I've not gotten there yet. But I've got a lot in the works. I've got 2 novelettes coming up very soon, early. Well, Enwin hopefully this month will be like a late last week pledge. And yeah, I've got the Casket Girls coming up, which is currently going through the proofreaders. And they're all in the same worlds, but all very different perspectives and different variations on the on the problems that are represented in this setting.
I see we've got a drawn in tier.
Yeah, we got that too.
We
We got one pledge so far, but would be nice to have more, of course.
Can be drawn in as a scav. What's a scav?
Yeah, so the story of Journey to Elysium is that there is this mysterious object that appeared out of nowhere during the French Revolution, and of course people kind of like get obsessed with it, and that kind of leads to the development of one space program called the Babylon Project. And the character who did that is slightly inspired by Werner von Braun. And after stuff has happened, this character is now a recluse on the Babylon platform, which is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. He receives a visitor who wants to make use of his lost rocket that hasn't exploded yet to reach the Elysium object. And one of the volunteers for this mission is Maurice Havelaar, where he discovers there is this entire city on top of Elysium that they were not aware of. Bound for the Sticks actually takes place a couple of years later, where the main character of this book goes to that city because the idea behind Arcology, as the city is called, is that this takes place in the multiverse. And it's not like the Marvel multiverse where you've got like 50 different variations of the same character, but there are actually different timelines with other different steampunk concepts behind them. That's the idea. So it's kind of like Stargate SG-1 meets Sliders. That's probably a good way to describe it for those who are familiar with those two science fiction shows from the 90s. And the idea is that when one of these worlds get destroyed, an entity known as the White Zeppelin picks up the remaining survivors, or at least a chosen segment of that population, and delivers them to the city of Arcology. So you've got like all these people from all these different timelines with no shared history, culture, or religion, all put in the same place as you see here. And this place is managed by a character known as the Founder, who lives inside of a tower that's not displayed here. Well, it's displayed on the map, but not in the sideways diagram. And for those people who are interested in exploring that concept, that is Bound for the Sticks. Okay. And yeah, Maurice Havelaar also ends up in there. And one of the groups, these are the people who scavenge the remains of the space station, which is like enormous. Those are called the scabs, and those who stay within the city limits are the kibs. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah, now what will happen to our scav? Will he meet a grisly end, or?
I mean, it could be. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet, but I mean, if the person who orders the steer wants that can be arranged.
But you also have another one here, right? This one here.
Yeah, that's the right-in tier. That's that you get like if you have gotten interesting concepts, you can get that written in the story. Yeah. It will be like a separate short story, and if I like the concept enough, it will recur in books and other tales as well. And something that we are already talking with an RPG developer who is already started working on developing an RPG.
Nice.
So we were also working on, and we're probably going to be talking about that on our own podcast tonight, how people can have their own concepts included in that game as well.
That's pretty awesome. Having a whole game now. Is that going to be through like what, RPG Maker or something?
Well, I'm going to leave that to the game developer for the most part. but probably drive-through RPG and stuff will have it. Yeah, and we're definitely also gonna make paperbacks or hard copies. We'll see. But it's a product by that particular RPG maker. I do have a lot of input on it, and it's the idea to really get the community involved as well. And the cool thing about these short stories is that they're files, so they're actual objects that exist in the world, and you, as a game master, can actually hand over to other players. And say, well, this is what you found.
And of course, we got a mystery cover.
Yeah.
They want to take a risk there, gamble, see what you get.
Yeah.
Let's see what's everybody. Oh, Grey Wolf's here. Hey, Grey Wolf. He says, I met Von Braun in Huntsville, Alabama at Redstone Arsenal in 1970. Dad was going to the Space and Rocket Center and took a wrong turn to Redstone. Von Braun was at the guardhouse and gave him directions. Well, that's neat.
Awesome.
It's a wild way to meet him. Just bump into him at a random guardhouse.
That's how things happen.
Yeah, so it looks like let me scroll back up here to the top of these tiers.
Yeah. If you don't like the rewards, you can also go for the thematic tube. That will allow you access to all the digital stuff, and you can pick whatever add-ons you want, which will include the STL files that I mentioned for the busts and tabletop figurines. And we also have the I think it's called the empty capsule, which allows you to pick any physical rewards, any physical add-ons.
Visual issue number 1. Yeah, there's the empty capsule.
Yeah, that also that $10 already includes like the shipping expenses for the most part.
Gotcha. Always good
That's
to see the ability.
Locally, right? You
What's
said
that, Tim?
The $10 includes the shipping. You said.
Yeah,
Locally,
the
not
idea is that
internationally.
already includes most of the shipping. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to see like a way to customize your order to get whatever you want. Always like that.
Yes.
We also have patches for the people who are into costuming or just want to include patches on their coats.
Nice. I always wanted to get me a vest. Get me one of those nice like vests like Black
Yeah,
Label
we've
Society.
got 4
Put
patches on sale now, I think. One of them is limited. Once those are gone, they're gone.
All right. Issue number 1 is only about $15. Not bad, not bad. Well, we got a Dutch version. There you go, Marinus. We got your variants.
One variant is 20, the other ones are 25. Those are the limited editions.
Sci-fi comic series Storm by Kelvin Gosnell. I don't know that one. I don't know Storm.
Oh yeah, it's I think he's British, but he has like incredible art.
Variant C. That's your Penny Dreadfuls. We got the mystery one. These
Yeah, that's
early
supposed to
tickets.
have gone. That should disappear today. That one.
Oh, so this one, this one's going to be yeeted.
Yeah, it should be needed after today.
Okay. And we start getting into the book bundles.
Yes. Yeah, so the anthologies are kind of like expansions on the books. Although I wrote these first and then I wrote the books.
Okay.
And especially when you are getting bound for the sticks, I highly recommend you also get the Arcology Companion. Because you'll encounter a lot of things that are not explained beyond the encounters. In the Arcology report, you'll discover whatever the Association of Ishtar has already discovered about those objects, but the character in the book has not.
Dave says, we British have incredible everything. Okay, Dave, calm down. Sure you do.
That's one way of putting it.
And if you want everything in digital format, you got your complete collection here, only about $45. That ain't bad. But you're getting a lot of value in there, a lot of books.
Yeah, a lot of people I I ask too little. So yeah, if you agree with them, just add a bit of a donation to that. Again, everything I earn goes to my illustrator, so you'll be helping out a lot of people.
Audiobooks.
Yes, voiced by me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's something I've never done. I've never done the audiobook thing. I've never really listened to stuff. I've just read. I've my friend listens to them a lot and stuff, and I've heard some that I thought sounded pretty good. They had like background kind of effects and music going on while they talked. The ambiance and
Yeah, really.
it's really good. But
I enjoyed the Hitchhiker Guide collection as audiobook while I was working. When I draw and stuff like that, like sometimes I either watch like series, listen to music, or audiobook are pretty cool. And I think it was Stephen Fry. I was reading the first one, which was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, Stephen Fry's done some very good audiobooks. Yeah.
Yeah, he did the first one of the Hitchhiker Guide, which I love that series. If nobody know, go read it. It's pretty goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find a few wink to it in the adverse.
I even enjoyed the movie, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people
love it.
don't
I
like
freaking love it.
I did.
And I love how it starts with the dolphin song. Thank you for all the fish.
Yeah.
Love it. I fucking love it. And I love the narration. Anyways, great movie. Watch it.
now, what's the difference between the basic and premium of the story?
Yeah, the premium has the special edition.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. And then you get those drawn in tiers. Yeah, so you got lots of options, folks. You got a lot of books.
Yeah. Now, even if you just back it for $1.
Dave is saying, Chris, you need to voice an audiobook. Didn't you do the night thing with Crystal? Didn't you do like a voice for something like that?
No,
Weren't you doing?
no, somebody else.
Okay. I thought you were supposed to be doing a voice in there too.
Not that I know of.
Okay, fine.
Literally British. That's right, Soul. No, I've never done no audiobooks. But now, of course, you don't have to have all these other books to enjoy the main book, right?
No. I write my books as standalone as possible, but you'll definitely get a feeling of a greater universe. But that was like already visible in the reviews of the first book, where people said they got this idea of this big universe, even though there was just one book at the time. But again, that's also because I start writing with the short stories, and then I combine them in the books in ways I did not foresee at the time. Like the main character of book 2, who's Igraine, who's miniature. I have actually over here. This is what she looks like in book 2, as she's integrating in the city of Arcology.
Oh, sweet.
So she looks very different here. Yeah. When I conceived her, she was originally started as a short story character. However, when I wrote that character and like her dilemma, it was like, already clear to me there was a lot more I could do with her than I originally intended. And then I started working on the first novel, and that kind of led to I can include her as a kind of like a mentor character to the main character, who is all new to the whole conspiracy that's going on in this world. And that eventually led to her having her own plot in that book, and eventually people really liked her. and that kind of led to her becoming the main character of the second book.
Now I gotta know, how does these guns work?
So yeah, this is kind of like a prototype assault rifle, I suppose you'd call it. Yes, this is like a weapon that's invented before the time. Now I and Johan are still looking for a more permanent design for them, for these troops. But essentially, this is just a rapid fire weapon.
Okay.
Like I want to make sure that one of the things, because there is a heavy cosmic horror element to it, not so much that there are references to Lovecraftian gods, but there's clearly more going on. Even in the first book, which doesn't really deal with cosmic horror, a lot of people found, wow, this really feels Lovecraftian. Some people even started calling it Love Holmesian after Sherlock Holmes. Because of that sense of just this oppressive force working on that world, and that eventually, yeah. So I'm not sure. Like the idea is the one other idea about the multiverse is that more people can insert their own worlds and own steampunk concepts in there. So I hope that somebody who's more affiliated with the whole Cthulhu thing than me will do that and create Lovecraftian cults that way. We actually have a kind of like submission process for that to make sure these ideas fit. But yeah, the White Zeppelin, of which I, by the way, also made a video you can look on YouTube. And if you pledge today, you'll get the White Zeppelin for free as a short story in the same format as these, so with completely back color and stuff. So yeah, I give away like weekly stuff like that. But you know, then you have to pledge today. I think today's the last day for you to be able to read that.
Okay.
To receive those links.
Chris, voice a series of kids' books, The Owl and the Pussycat, as read by Sugar Chris. Oh, Lord. Dave, just come out and say that you want Chris to read you bedtime stories. This is getting so awkward. So he would soothe me to sleep in no time. Well, you ain't the first person who's told me that. When I talk in my normal voice, a couple of my exes, when I would talk in my normal voice, it would relax them so much that they would start falling asleep. But they had up there at the Apple Harvest there a couple weeks back, they had one of the old diving helmets, the old style diving helmets from the U.S. Navy and stuff, and it was rebuilt, rebuilt one and stuff. But it was real legit one, and it had like a plaque and everything set there. I was like, oh man, I'd love to have that. It had like the little thing where you open the little front thing and everything. I was like, oh, I want that so much. But it was like $300. I was like, I can't pay that right now.
Yeah, they are not cheap.
I wanted it though. I really did. Because that would have been so cool to have and put in my house, but couldn't do it. Couldn't convince myself. Soul says, Sugar, channel idea, make short videos where you read little bedtime stories. Dave would watch the hell out of those. Good. Yeah, there we go. That's how I'd get my watch hours. Just make little short bedtime stories for Dave. So he'd watch them every night before bed. And then I would get all my watch hours so I could finally get monetized, I guess. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely got a lot of lore here. So you've got a lot to read and really get immersed into the world.
Oh, yeah.
If you back it.
And again, like even if you back it for $1, you already get you already get content. And if you want to start reading today, you can visit me on Ream Stories. It's kind of like Patreon, but for readers and writers. It's very new. And there you also can read stories for free every week.
Being able to put women to sleep with your voice is a weird flex. Well, I mean, that's just what I was told. So apparently I have a soothing voice. Journey to Elysium special editions. That's right. Everybody go check her out. Looks like a fun universe to jump into.
So did we get you back on
Oh,
that one
yeah.
too?
Well, I mean, it's probably one of the most expensive steampunk universes out there, because every story introduces a new concept that people can use in their own association of Ishtar stories and adventures. That's the idea. And there was also a lot of factions, even within the Association of Ishtar itself. We have factions called special committees, which are kind of like specialized in their particular fields. So it's funny how people react to that. Like, oh, I want to be part of that special committee, and oh, I want to be part of the penal legions because they've got like the robots, which is the next book, which I'll also post a preview of during the campaign as one of the weekly rewards. And during the video series that I want to make is that I start with actual history. So I learn actual history in this, and then that historical timeline will go into science fiction. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you want to help me make those videos better with more original and more steampunk art, then you can support me on Ream Stories and get all our content to boot.
Yeah, talk about different factions and everything. You could turn this into like a wargaming kind of thing.
Well, I mean that's definitely possible, and it's definitely something I'm thinking about. I mean, we're gonna start with the RPG, and we'll see. Maybe we can do like a BattleTech, or we start with the RPG and then develop that into a war game. Because it's definitely an ambition that I have, but I mean, I just don't have the funds right now. I'm really starting up, so I really need word of mouth and support,
you
and people
spread the word. Get a customer base built up first.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
exactly, and that's something that's I'm just not good at yet. But who knows? I mean, I started publishing in 2019, and 4 years later, we've got 2 books, the anthologies, working on a comic strip. So who knows?
Yeah, you've gotten rolling with it.
What's up, Mo?
But the gender pay gap, woman. so silly. Yes, you are. We got Mo. Hail, Mo. What's your opinion on steampunk? We know you don't like anime and you hate weebs. How you feel about steampunk, Mo? Let's see. Soul says, I really like the work that went into Journey to Elysium and we'll keep an eye on it. Also sub to the YouTube. Good.
Thank you.
Yes, it definitely shows that you've put work into it and you do care about the universe and the worlds within. Yeah, I do want to check.
Yeah, well, back it for $1 and you'll get like free content. You'll get like a taste of the books. I might do for the next weekend. I might just like include like previews of the existing books and one of those are dollars. Never mind. No, we have not gained any new backers yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the change in currency sometimes gives false hopes.
Yeah.
Joys.
Like, it's 600 now. Oh wait, no, those are dollars.
I'm in Canada, and it's meant multiple times when people used to come on my show, they would see the Canadian amount and go, "Oh, damn!" I'm like, no, dude, U.S.
Calm down now.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
So Mo says, I have no strong opinion either way. I like that Arcana game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great game.
It's an interesting genre bash, Dan. I actually started because I'm not much of a fantasy man, but I did start drafting some fantasy stories. which I'm considering calling The Adventures of Flint Lock, but with a very big, with a very high concept. Um, what do you call it? Not viewpoint, but in
Okay.
Perspective.
Is
yeah,
Art,
yeah. I guess
says
a very high concept and very steampunky.
he corrects himself by
Mostly
saying
in the storytelling department. I'm not sure yet how much visually. Maybe more Renaissance, because then you can get like all the Da Vinci-esque machines in there. But we'll see.
Mo corrects himself by saying Arcanum. Is that
Yeah.
the same thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what game
what you
he's
mean.
talking about.
Arcanum Secrets and Magic.
Just wanted to make sure that it was, it was not two different IP, one called Arcanum
No.
and one Arcanum.
It's
think
by the
it's
same
a-
people who later make Fallout, the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Glorious game. I loved it back in the day. Yeah, the CRPG. Loved Fallout as well. Thought they were both great.
Yeah, it's today the Arcanum is too buggy. Like all my save games got corrupted all the time, or
Yeah.
whenever I try to go into an area to see if I missed anything, the game would break permanently. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Does GOG have it? Because they
Yeah, I
kinda
think I
update 'em a
actually
little
might
bit,
have used the GOG version.
really.
Yeah.
Say usually they kind of update them and fix them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was told. That's why I got that version. But yeah, no, it got a lot of problems.
Wow. Yeah, I used to have it on disc and everything, and I think I got it. I might have it on GOG as well. And I think if I remember tried playing it in recent years, and I was like, oh man, this is so weird trying to use those old controls and
Yeah,
everything
Yeah.
now. I'm so used to modern.
I mean
ones.
that is definitely a game that deserves to be remade.
Yes, that's
That
what I was
is a game where I'm like, okay, this should be remade
oh,
because
man.
there's nothing like it as well.
I don't know if they
Um,
would treat it good though, because like you had like so much like I guess controversial kind of stuff in the universe, like racism and everything that was in it.
Oh god, and then there was the whole the whole what was it, breeding project they
Yeah,
had going on in there as well.
yeah, like, I don't,
That was like, oh man, that it was screwed up.
yeah, I
It's
don't
a
think in
bloody
the
I think
modern,
that was like a halfling thing. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think in the modern day, I don't think they would want to touch it, or they would change
Yeah.
it because it'd be too. Oh,
Yeah, maybe that would
delicate
we would need a couple of years before the culture changed enough for that. I do think change is coming in that respect, but
yeah.
What's up, Jay Ryan? And he says Sugar only plays games with furry bears relationship option.
Oh, come on now.
well, in Arcanum, I think you actually have that option. I think there are like
you don't need to look for a druid or a
options
bard.
So
That sounds good. Like it's an option at the brothel. You don't have to run after a druid or
yeah.
Chris is still
No,
hunting
I
down that.
think if I recall
Chris is still looking
correctly-
for that druid. By
I
the
have
way,
not played
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 in a while. Come on.
yeah, because you didn't find the druid.
I'll get around to playing it again eventually. Let's see. Social sim, I can imagine you being all happy and then realizing it's dollars and not francs.
It's not me. It's more my friend. It's more the guest that I had on the show. But yeah,
are there still countries who use francs?
I
I
don't
know
know.
the French have euro too, but it's funnier to use a currency that sounds like French.
Yeah, but dude,
okay.
That's the thing I think it's funny is that everybody's like, French. I'm like, I'm in Quebec, Canada, dude. I'm far away from fucking French. I just speak a similar language.
Well, Reichsmark would probably be a more apt name for the euro, but
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
But I don't know. But I think they did use it. What are they using now? France.
Is Pale Rider still here? I haven't even seen him in the chat in ages. What's he doing? He wanted me to play this video and then he left.
So the franc stopped being used in France in between 1360 and after 1641, it would seem.
Oh, that's gay.
It's been a fucking while.
Stuff with the frogs.
Yeah.
Better. Let's see.
It says it was reintroduced in the decimal form in 1795. Yeah. And the new franc being worth 100 old franc. Trying to figure out where they're still using it. This couldn't need to quote. So no. It says the last one it got turned into a euro, introduction of the euro and the coin bank of banknotes in 2002, and that was the end of it. There you go.
So it says I was just waiting for the not that kind of French comment from Tim. Bait equals complete.
Oh yeah, I know. I know that was coming. Why do you think I set it up like that?
Gitsy man. Oh my. Well, if Pale Rider in here, it means I don't gotta play the video.
Oh.
What he gets. All right, so we've got 26 days yet, so you still got time to back. But you know, Bokel is planning on doing all kinds of stuff with this universe. But we got to go and back his projects, so further incentivize him to keep doing it. He needs money.
Yeah. For successful funding, like just in case I did 1,500 because my base is not that big yet. But I do hope to get like 3,000. That would cover the expenses for the next issue.
Oh, there's Pale Rider. Sugar spent all last night bent over on his porch with assets of candy. Ew, there's children, you disgusting man. Let's see. Jay Ryan says masturbator. Mm-hmm. Yeah, master debater.
Master Blaster.
Or says he's always listening. Sugar, what the fuck? Why did you do that?
Oh,
I did not do that. That is a lie, and you know it, Mo. That would be an odd way to trick or treat. I had my lights off and was sitting in the house.
It's a good thing there's no human children in your neck of the wood. Only woodchucks.
Well, at the old house, yeah, there nobody trick or treated. We was out in the backwoods, yeah. So I never had to worry about trick or treaters. And last night I just was eating tacos with Mom.
Oh, good. We ate burritos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Let's see. All right, so let me do this. Make Pale Rider happy.
And do what?
We got a sugar rush, so I have to play this
Okay.
to make him happy. Ah, God. I hate having to play his dang.
He's one of your biggest promoters, make him happy.
I didn't see him promoting on Twitter. Shame.
So you know what that means, right? It's, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
What's in the box?
Ah,
Can I subscribe to your OnlyFans?
Of course.
You guys are so cute.
I have this. Are you okay?
I have what?
Beat.
No!
are you okay?
You tell me. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, you can see.
He didn't know.
Oh,
He didn't
God!
know.
Oh, God! Oh!
It's even bigger than mine.
The joy it brings will never cease.
Weren't they supposed to be cousins?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. You're beautiful.
yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. There, Pale Rider. I played your dang thing. Now leave me be.
No, he says that now. Yeah, you also have to explain how it connects to your lore.
Oh my God. I don't wanna. Leave me alone. I've got a fine, regal gentleman like Bokel. I don't want to have to explain degeneracy to him. This is what they do, Bokel. Whenever I get backers on the show, I have to explain embarrassing things. Oh, it's Tommy.
Okay, let's be fair. Embarrassing things that he expressed once as at a funny thing that happened to him once, and that got stuck into something else.
Well, yeah, they've twisted it into.
Let's just be honest. They didn't go and make shit up. You open your mouth about stupid stories.
Yes, they did.
Then they embellished it. They build upon it, but it started from something you open your mouth about.
They have taken a kernel of truth and twisted it into something it's not. But we got Tommy. Hello, Tommy. Hope you're doing well today.
You didn't meet a girl with a new toxic waste tattoo, but it's not true. You have a baby with her, but
regret what, soul? How soon sugar forgets? Forgets what? I don't know. Must have just to clarify, in this reenactment of true events, Brad Pitt and the guy with the microphone
both portraying sugar.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I have to explain this, Bokel. I'm sorry. So this is the what's in the box story, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a girl a long while back that added me on Twitter, back when I was still doing like promotions and stuff on there. Was it Twitter? Yeah, Twitter. When I was doing a lot of like promoting indie campaigns and stuff back there, first started getting, doing stuff on it. And she would just post these kind of like jokes that I never really found funny. Canadian girl and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll follow her back, move on. And then I didn't really see anything from her for a long time.
First time I hear she's Canadian.
What?
First time I hear she's Canadian. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was Canadian. But then after a long while, I've seen her pop back up, and she was making kind of perverted comments or something. And then next thing I see, she's posting about, I guess, doing like nudes and stuff, and skimpy outfits, things like that. DM her for a price, and you can get her photo sets, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't. What? That came out of nowhere. She was doing she had previews there, censored and all. And I'd look at it and I'm like, is she a woman? I just like, well, is this like, or is this like, a guy? Is there a dong involved, or what's going on? And
I am confused. Well, that's what happened. You look at the picture, it goes, I am confused, and I need to know more.
And the more it got stuck in my head, I was like, is it a man or a woman? Is there a dong or not a dong? I don't know. And it just kept eating at my head and my brain. And I ended up DMing her and stuff. And she, because I was like, what? I'm not going to ask, obviously. I'd be very rude. But I was like, well, maybe I should buy like one of her pictures. That would give me the answer. And I was like, well, what if, no, I can't do that. But I ended up DMing her. She gave me the prices. I was like, no, Chris, no. I ended up not doing it though. Cause I was like, well, what if it is a dong? Then I just paid to see someone's dong. Oh, I was like, I'd lose my That's so stupid.
Schrodinger's dong, yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up not doing it and stuff. But I still don't know. Because like I've seen her pictures. She's not very chesty, and stuff. I still say she is a girl. The only thing it threw me off because she would make comments in these posts, making jokes about, like
having one.
She had a dong, but then she would also make jokes insinuating that she was a girl. And I was like, which one is it? And it further confused me, and then it just made it worse. But I ended up not doing it. So now all they do is say that I paid for dong, and I wanted to see, a man naked and all this other nonsense, and give me hob about it. But I didn't.
So see what I mean? It's not just out of nowhere those stories and jokes are coming in the chat.
Yeah, and the sugar rush here is because I wore a red dress one time at Walmart when I worked there on overnights.
It was Halloween.
For Halloween, and we were still open at that point all night, and ended up having like these two Mexican fellas came in. Well, I had one that I was bent over lifting up some stuff, and a guy came around and was checking out my ass until he seen my beard.
Until he turns around. Hi.
And then I turned around and looked back, and he seen my beard, and he's like, oh, and ran up the aisle. And then when I went into the water aisle and stuff, these two like Mexican fellas came through, and they just were staring at me and smiling real big and everything, and kept talking like all excited to each other, and they kept coming back and forth up and down the aisle. And even when I left and went to another aisle, they came up and down that aisle, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
God. Yeah.
They like them chicken legs.
Yeah, they were very intrigued.
You awakened something in them, obviously.
At first, they were like, ugh. And it's like, looks like my grandma. Oh, maybe.
You never know.
So now every time we get a backer, I have to tell these types of stories that I accidentally
open your mouth about.
Yeah. I'm too honest, apparently, and just tell these stories, and then now I have to deal with the consequences. Oh, Lord. We have taken a kernel of truth and turned it into a bag of popcorn.
That's a nice way of putting it.
However, no, Sugar doesn't have a child with toxic because he abandoned it. I did not. I do not have a child. You're lying.
He's still a virgin.
The classic I have a Canadian girlfriend. Sugar always looks a gift or his cock in his mouth. Shut up, Mo. Schrodinger's dog. Sugar paid for dog confirmed. No, I didn't.
So now you understand why we also called the show the Morning Roast.
Mm-hmm.
Chris
Gotcha.
That's
I
why we all
do
roast each other.
leave in 10 minutes to have
okay.
dinner
Fair
before
enough.
my own show starts. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we'll have to let you go then. Tell you something. Jeez, the girl's the only way you can sleep at night. According to Sugar's version, best paid for dog will always be just a fantasy. Oh, hush up. Maybe you all's fantasy. Sugar was about to be trafficked. May have been. Oh my. But everybody, do go check out Bokel's book. Come on, we just put him through all that awkwardness and uncomfortableness. He deserves a back. He deserves a backing. Come on. Go check out his work. It's got a cool universe. I'm sure you will not be disappointed.
And the art by Johan is simply amazing.
Looks like there's a lot to sink your teeth into.
Oh yeah, and we also have videos on our YouTube channel as well, talking about the universe and in story format. So go subscribe to Radio Retrofuture.
There's not that many steampunks.
No, I might be. Well, I know there's like a Spanish or Portuguese steampunk channel. They're pretty big. No idea what they're saying, but apart from that, I'm probably one of the bigger YouTube channels in that regard. And I also have videos on like for some we have this Steampunk Beginner's Guide, which is a complete documentary series on steampunk, what it is and how it's manifested itself. I want to make one. I don't know if I get around to it this year, but one on steampunk warfare. That's a complicated topic, but I think I now have an angle about that. I want to make a lot more story videos that talk both about real history and how that evolves into science fiction in this setting. And for the people who are aspiring writers or writers who want a refresher course, I'm also offering to backers a writing course at the moment, which I will post the next episode of next weekend.
I got a question for you, Bokel. Did you ever play the Rise of Legends game?
Yes, I have. Great game.
Yeah, I greatly enjoyed that as a young man.
Yeah, there is it's a freeware now. You can download it now for free.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's abandonware.
Wow. Yeah, I still got my
Yeah.
discs. I still got my discs upstairs on that one. J. Ryan says, "Is the artist doing the colors as well?"
Yes, yeah. Johan does everything. He's amazing. His color work is just top tier.
One man gang there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got him doing the writing and he's doing the illustrations.
All right,
And I'm
well,
paying him.
I was gonna say, so people don't forget to sub, like, and share because we do have to let Mr. go.
Yep.
A
Yeah.
reminder to Chris.
Yeah, Mr. Bokel, it's been a pleasure having you on. You know, hopefully when you launch
Thank
your
you for
next
having me.
campaigns and stuff, we can have you on again.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll let you go so you can go do your stuff.
Or come visit us when it's about to close as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, to have you back on towards the end of the campaign. Maybe we can get you some end of the
Oh,
campaign backers. That'd be
Well,
nice.
yeah, and yeah, please support it, and and if you get the get drawn into here, I'll find a good way for to get you killed. As a matter of fact, I might already have one way to get you killed. So
But we'll let you go. I'm gonna keep yammering on for a little bit longer. So anytime you just want to hop out, that's fine, Mr. Bokel.
all right. Well, it's been
No,
a pleasure.
It was nice
gentlemen.
meeting you.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll be streaming myself in about 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Then it'll probably pop up in my subscriptions then. I'll probably still be awake and I can tune in then in the chat.
All right. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Good night.
Yep.
Later.
Later. Let's see. So there was something, folks, that I wanted to. Let me see. First, there's an auction coming up on Saturday, and look at this fancy hat, Sim.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's got a nice purple rim. That would go well with my purple shirt. My purple shirt that I have in my, or no, it would go good with my purple vest.
You know what that reminds me of? There was a character, Trixie, in freaking Borderland. The bar girl.
Oh,
She had a
Borderland?
hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Love
remember
that game.
Borderland, yeah. Oh, I'm not wrapping it up yet, Mo. I got a few things I want to talk about here before I wrap up. Ha! Gay! I like looking fancy. Leave me alone. The purple trim will go best with your red dress. Shut up, Mo. No. I greatly enjoyed that as a young man. I'm sure I could use that line in a video. Oh, hush up. Sugar, I also have a question. When you went to see Five Nights at Freddy's last night, was it degeneracy or do they not do it for you because they're metal with no fur? I never went to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never even played the game. I don't know nothing about it. I know it was like a big deal amongst young people, but I've never messed with that game or nothing.
Yeah, especially girls.
Rim.
Like, it's something I thought was weird. Five Nights at Freddy's, like, it's a lot of younger, but a lot of girls like it. Like, it's I've seen more girls liking that series than guys and boys. I know, that was funny.
I don't know. I never kept up with it. Let's see. Let me close that out. What's this you sent me, Sim?
It's another campaign that was recommended to me when I went to check Mr.'s campaign. You know, when they say recommended at the bottom. And I saw that, and I'm like, and I saw the link on Twitter, and I shared it with you. It looks interesting.
Have I seen this before? I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this. Where have I seen this?
Probably on Kickstarter or something.
I have a Twitter page.
Yes, he does. I shared you the tweet he did too. I sent you the campaign and the tweet.
Yeah, I think I've seen this through Twitter like a little while back. I feel like when it was still maybe in sign up or something. Why have yeah, I've seen this somewhere because I remember it. Yeah, Butch Killigan. Yeah, I'll reach out to him. I always try to reach out to folks if somebody recommends them. You know, if somebody in the chat or anything like that, I will certainly try to reach out to them and stuff.
He's probably one of the how'd you call it again? Anyways, Eric Kennedy is promoting him, so he's probably part of that clique there.
Who?
They all publish under the same thing there. I just forget the name. Icon Comics.
Yeah,
the
Bunny.
Tim Lim thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the bunny people. Yeah, the bunny guy. What was that?
Tim
bunny?
Lim. Tim Lim.
Well, I know it's Tim Lim, but what was this bunny called?
Let's just say his name was Buster.
Yeah, I don't remember. Cayman America. That's the chick comic.
Yeah, the Cayman America. Yeah.
That's the girl comic that blew up that he did. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I've been reaching out to folks, I got another person lined up. I think I got to put into the StreamYard. But I mean, I've been getting them lined up. So yeah, trying to keep up. I've got a stream tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh yeah.
I think it's tomorrow. No. It's Friday. Today's Wednesday. What am I saying? Yeah, Morgan Quaid. It's going to be at like 4 p.m. And then on Friday, and then on Saturday, I've got a guest lined up. Dionysus Zogaris. I hope I'm saying that right. And I rescheduled with Jason Franks, the guest that I canceled the stream the other day for. I rescheduled with him. I'm going to try and get Ace on. I got to try and get Ollie on from 656. I got to try and get. I got another fella who's doing a book called, I think Talks. I think it's called Talks.
Okay.
I'm trying to get him scheduled in because that book looks pretty cool. Art looks good. I just try to reach out to anybody, any book that I think folks in the chat might like.
Yeah, I try to keep touch with the channel. But sometimes, like the other day, like I didn't even see Irene. Like I woke up, I didn't even see a show. I asked you if there was a show because I couldn't find a setup, and I fell asleep I fell asleep waiting for the answer, and I felt so bad. I sent Irene a message. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I missed the show.
Yeah, I told her, that you were looking forward to it and everything.
Yeah. I was up all night. I just couldn't fucking sleep. I tried, and there's a moment that you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay up. It's 9:30, 9:45. I think I sent you the message. Do we have a stream today?
Yeah.
And doof, I went out.
Let's see. What's everybody saying?
Well, she answered that she's going to come back soon, and we're going to catch up.
It's wrapped in the air.
What's up, good stuff?
Ryder. Are you transitioning? No, I'm not transitioning. Hush up.
Oh, by the way, people, I finished. I'm finishing up the 6th page out of the 22 that was left to do. So we're getting there.
Let's see. In that case, I recommend you reach out to Mo about his Red Dress Diaries project. No, because he doesn't have a Red Dress Diaries project, Pale Rider. Why would I reach out to him about something that doesn't exist? Hey, good stuff.
So 6 page down, 16 to go.
No, I'm not transitioning. Gosh dang it.
No, that was done a long time ago. You used to be a blonde.
No. I was a blonde when I was a small child.
Yeah, so was I. I was strawberry blonde as a baby, and then it turned. Yeah.
Got brown hair.
I turned into ginger and then to brown after, like my boys. But you've seen the boys; they still have ginger in their beard and hair a bit.
Let me see. I still have it. Let me see.
And you know what's the funny part about us? We can have like when the hair turns like auburn, right? Auburn, like brown type of thing. We still have a red beard for a while. Like remember Logan? Like his hair was brownish, like auburn, but the beard was still like red. Now it's turning into more of a auburn.
I don't know if you can see it. It's
Yeah.
too fuzzy. There's little me at 18 months. Yeah, I had like blonde hair, blue eyes. And then I went brown. It grew, as I grew up, it changed to brown and such. Let's see. Sugar, you forgot about my Red Dress Diaries project. It stars you. No, it doesn't, because there is no Red Dress Diaries project, no. Sim, how does it feel to be your own colorist after enslaving several poor dudes for that purpose in the last year?
At least I'm getting pages then.
Let's see. Mo says, Sim,
6 pages in 2 weeks. Not that bad.
Sim, don't feel bad about being asleep for this show. Sugar found a magical time to stream where almost everyone across the show is asleep. That is a lie, Mo. There's people where it's evening time, just not the U.S. Gingers are badass. Says
Oh yeah, they are.
Mo, Chris is trying to sabotage your campaign before it even starts. Well, there is no campaign. I can't sabotage something that doesn't exist. Chris, shut up, Mo. You shut up. I did not sabotage McGee's campaign.
Hillbilly, I'm proud of it. I just saw your freaking comment. Sugar Chris, Hillbilly, I'm proud of it.
I do like the expressiveness of the characters in this Butch Killigan comic. I do like that. Looks good. Art looks solid.
So it's confirmed he is shopping.
I'm just glancing at the thing you sent me.
I'm just kidding. You gonna invite him on?
I'll reach out to him. See what he says. Let's see.
I think it looked interesting.
And let me, of course, share this here. Axel's Infernal, #1, has 7 days to go. This was by, how you say, D.G. Chichester. There we go. Said it right this time. I had him on there the other day. On what was that, Sunday?
Yep.
I believe it was Sunday, and it was a good-looking book.
The one of the only days I don't wake up in the morning.
Yeah, you should have popped in. He did.
I did. I was too. Like I got up late. I saw you on stream. I'm like, okay, you know what? Give me a few minutes. I'll join in. I need to do a few things. And you guys were done.
Yeah, you missed out. He did work for Midnight Suns and everything.
Midnight Suns.
Yeah, he did work for, what was it, Midnight Suns? He did.
That was the writer, right?
Let me bring it up here.
I'm like, is he the one that did the Black Hole or something? Or was the?
Let me bring it up here. Yeah, he did Midnight Suns. He did.
But what did he do in Midnight Suns?
Let me look. He did Night Stalkers #1 through 11. He did Midnight Suns Unlimited #1 and 4. Let's see. He was the editor for all the Epic line of comics. He was, let's see, he did that, what was it, Daredevil line.
Uh-huh.
He, what was it called?
Uh-huh.
Well, he did the book where it introduced the red and black one, Armor, the costume.
Mm-hmm.
That good one I like. He did that. He did some of the Hellraiser books.
And what did he do? The writing, the art?
I think it was the writing. Should be. Yeah.
So, okay. I'm wondering because I don't remember the name. I'm going to check into my Epic stuff because I used to be a big Epic fan.
The Epic stuff, I do believe he was the editor for, but I think he did writing for some of it, like Dr. Zero and stuff. Oh, my stomach.
Because I have the Midnight Suns collection here. Let me go check my.
Yeah, Fall from Grace. That was that story arc that's like a big deal, right? For Daredevil. Yeah, he did that one. What else did he do there? He did Terror Inc. I remember that one.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He also did like Motorhead and Charlemagne. I remember those. I never got to read those. But yeah, he's done a lot of different work for all this. He has a long history. He did the Blood and Glory, Punisher, Captain America stuff. But it was fun getting to talk with him. But he's down to 7 days on his campaign here. The art looks really good. I like the art. Oh, hey, he took our advice from the stream and he put the mini poster up as a better look, so you can see it better. Yeah, that does look pretty good. And yeah, that art looks nice. And I like the concept. Let's see, what's everybody saying here? Let me check out what they're saying. Is that Sugar in the red dress for the avatar on this stream? Yeah, that is whenever we get a Sugar Rush, I put that up there in the corner. That's one of Pale Rider's drawings that he made a GIF of. So I always put it up there when we get a Sugar Rush. Mose says Butch Killigan. That's the dude who accused Bancroft of ripping off his cover. Oh.
Oh, really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I say I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't keep up. That's wild. I didn't know that.
Me neither.
I didn't know that. Wonder why you would accuse him of that. That's silly.
Yeah, I'm going through my Rise of the Midnight Sun book.
Damn, Chris, I thought you were an ally. What? What are you talking about? Sim wants to know if he was the artist or writer. He has asked several times, but you are
Yeah. I had to ask multiple times. So I had to
He
get
was
an
the
actual
writer, not the artist. No, he was not the artist. Let's see. Did you buy that new Green Lantern book, Chris? Are you talking about the Alan Scott one? Hell no. I did not buy that. I like Alan Scott because I like the JSA, but I'm not buying that new Green Lantern book. No. Why would I buy it? Like that guy, all he basically said was, "Oh, buy it because he's gay." Like, no. If that's your whole focus is just on his, bedroom antics, why would I buy it? That don't sound. That's not a compelling reason to buy it.
Especially that we had a story of him for years and years and years not being gay.
Right. That also pisses me off. The whole after being like a straight man with a family and having these interesting story dynamics with his kids and all this stuff, now we're just out of nowhere just going to retcon him to be gay.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you have just had a new gay character?
But you know what's the funniest thing about that entire fucking video? Is that he just showed us what the problem at DC is. He's trying to sell you a book, trying to spite sell people to let's stand against you, let's do this because he's gay, and he puts his ring and he goes, "Yes, join the Corps." And I'm like, dude, you're talking about the only Green Lantern that's not part of the fucking Corps. How can you be the writer of a book and not know that Green Lantern is not part of the Corps? He's a magical. He has nothing to do with fucking Green Lantern, in space, but join the Corps. And I'm like, wow. How much does he know about us that the IP's working on?
Let's see. I just assumed you'd want to know what having sex with Hoover was like. What are you talking about, Jay Ryan? Hoover? What? Hey, there's McGee. Hey, McGee.
There you go. Night Stalker. DJ Chichester was the writer. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I said. Mo says last time Sugar tried to have sex with a Hoover, his mom grounded him for a month and had to go out and buy a dirt devil. Oh, speaking of vacuums, I got a new vacuum. I got a new microwave, finally, to replace the one that fell apart. Or, well, that crapped out on me for some reason. And while I was down there, Walmart had a clearance sale for a new vacuum, for this vacuum here. And it was only $20, and I need one, so I went ahead and grabbed one. A Eureka Air Speed.
Nice.
So can't beat that for $20. It sucks I have to keep spending money, but that'll save me money in the long term. So I went ahead and grabbed it. Let's see. Why would I buy it? Because of bedroom antics? Asked Sugar with righteous indignation. His camera fortunately not focused on his shiny jump of hentai. I do not have any hentai on a shelf. What are you talking about, Mo?
I don't know, dude. You were talking about that manga and anime that you liked a lot that was hentai.
You're talking about Kite.
Yes.
I don't even hardly consider that hentai. It had 2 sex scenes that could have easily just been gotten rid of.
Yeah, but do they have sex scene like it's a porn movie?
What do you mean?
Okay, you can have a sex scene like it's a Guillermo del Toro or a old classic movie from Robert Rodriguez, where sex scene you don't see shit, you see boobs, you see tits,
you see,
or you go hardcore sex.
Yeah,
and if it's hardcore sex like porn, then you're talking about hentai.
Well, yeah, it's hardcore. You see stuff.
So hentai.
Well, I wasn't even expecting it. It was like the first anime I ever bought. Because I just got my job. I was like 20. I was like, oh, cool. This looks kind of cool. And then bought it, took it home, and was watching. I was like, wow, this is really nice animation. This is cool. Yeah, it had good action scenes, good fight, shooting scenes. She was an assassin. It was just like, bam. Sugar, Carla posted an update that she'll start fulfilling Witch Hunter on November 15th. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear she's going to start fulfilling and getting that book out. That's a quite late book, so I'm glad she's going to start taking care of it. You got J. Edgar Hoover. Okay. You should give your old broken microwave to Noah. It can't be as bad as the one he has now. Now, I don't know what's wrong with it. You turn it on, it just makes a loud noise, and it doesn't actually heat anything. So I don't know. And it started smelling like it might be something burning in there, so I turned it off and unplugged it. I don't read hentai. All right, so I read one hentai, Classic Sugar. It's the Curious Georgia Degeneracy. Oh, come on. Kite or Kite Liberator? Kite, the original one. Yeah, not Liberator.
What's the difference?
Well, there was a second Kite made, and it's actually just like an anime, if I remember right. It doesn't have any sexual scenes in it, I don't think. Because you had Kite, then you had the same guy who made Kite, I think also made Mezzo Forte, and both of them had hentai scenes in them, but were very well animated and had cool action in them. And Liberator, I think, came out after Kite, and it was like a just regular anime and stuff. I remember seeing it at Books A Million, back in the day, and I was like, I don't know. The first one caught me off guard. I don't know. Jay, getting dangerous. There are two. I'm just asking which one. But yeah, getting back to Axel's Infernal here. It's down to 7 days. But it's still got quite a ways to go. So I was thinking, like, what if we did something to try and help him get there? And I thought, well, what if if it got funded in those 7 days, I would do something embarrassing or something.
Okay, like what?
To incentivize backing. Well, I don't know. I haven't got that. I don't know what to do. So I reached out to Pale Rider, and he didn't really give me any ideas, I don't think. I don't know I can't remember what he said. So I don't know what to do. Because I'd like to help him out, do something to help him out, because it's a good looking book and everything. I do like that art. Looks pretty good. The coloring looks good.
Yeah, it looks quite interesting.
I like the concept and idea. Yeah, that's nice colors. I do like the colors. Let's see. J. Edgar Hoover. Gangsters in the 30s knew Hoover and his buddy Clyde Tolson were fairies and called them the Gold Dust Twins after the little black kids on boxes of Gold Dust detergent. Wow. Didn't know that, Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf comes in dropping these little factoids. Sugar work day shift for once. What are you talking about? Why would I work day shift? I can't do that. I got a job to do. All of a sudden, Sugar acts like he has no idea how to entice customers. He doesn't have this problem in the bus station men's room. Shut up, Mo. But yeah, I was thinking, like, well, what could I do to get people to back? Obviously I got to do something embarrassing. What would it be?
What's the name of the book again? Axel something?
Axel's Infernal.
Go down. Then there you go. You could do a tank top with the Daisy Dukes.
What, you mean like cosplay as this chick?
That could be funny and humiliating, like you said. You saying you could cosplay as the chick with Daisy Dukes. The guy that people in the chat have been trying to get you in Daisy Dukes for a while.
All right, what do you think, chat? Would that work? Would that be enough of an incentive to get you all to be checking out Axel's Infernal?
Don't remind me, Jerry Ryan. He goes, damn, I just looked outside and it's snowing. Calendar turns over and boom, snow. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it's hit here yet. It didn't earlier. Let me check. Yeah, it hasn't hit here yet, but up where like Bridget lives and stuff, it's already snowing. So let's see. Sugar, you wanted to do something embarrassing for the campaign. I suggest something, and you go, "What are you talking about? I can't do that." Oh, you talking about work day shift? I can't. I have no control over that soul. I can't go up and be like, "Hey, put me on day shift for 1 day." And I don't think it would entice people to back. Where's Pale Rider? I'm offering suggestions to do embarrassing things, and he's like,
Nah, not today.
Yeah, apparently not. Apparently this isn't a good idea because nobody's saying anything. Let's see. Correction. Might as well cosplay as Poison from Final Fight. Well, if it'll get backers.
Oh, I know. If it gets funded, you will pay to find out what's in the box.
Whoa. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. Spend money to see Dawn.
Maybe it's gonna be a magnific dung like that video that Bell Rider did. The guy looked at it and he goes, "Dude, that's bigger and better than mine." And he just turned right there. So it's like, Zoom, that's a good one. How short are these Daisy Dukes? Can they go to the knees, or will you be fucking for realism? Tucking for realism.
Sugar prefers the night shift because the freaks come out at night. That's good fellas. Oh Lord. No. I preferred the night shift because I don't have to deal with anybody. There's less people, and I don't have to. Yeah, it's usually fairly chill.
Mm.
That's why I've always done it before. Now I just do it because I've been doing it all this time. I don't mind. I probably wouldn't mind working day shift now since I've become much more sociable and everything. I just, Meh. Now I'm just like, well, I've always done night shift. I'll just keep doing it. How short are these Daisy Dukes? So can they go to the knee or we? Well, it depends. Nobody's answered if this would be enough of an incentive. Because if I'm just embarrassing myself, for no reason, why do it then?
Mm.
I'm trying to spitball ideas by people here. Nobody's giving me no feedback. Did you see Sugar's face light up at Sim suggested by the excuse to make my fantasy come true? Good Lord, Mo. Or Sim, that's a good one. Oh, I guess paying for the dong. So we've got something there, apparently. It's the red dress at Steel City all over again. Shut up, Mo. Graywell says, I was going to back some stuff, but my car battery, nearly exploded on him. The sides were bulging out. Cost a bit over $200 for a new one. Can't believe I got 4 years out of a Walmart battery. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, it's a good thing you got that taken care of. My phone battery was like that. It was all like super bulged out and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to it. I took it upstairs and set it upstairs in the bedroom. I don't know if it ever did blow up or what. Soul says, if we can get Axel's Infernal funded, Chris will pay for dong. Spread the word. Help us reach this goal.
See, people are liking that one. We'll finally get to the bottom of this.
Let's see. Why do you stream, Chris? Why do I?
Oops. Did he freeze?
I want to help these people because I like talking to people. I like talking to all you folks in the chat. Why? Mo says, how short are those Daisy Dukes? Asked Jay. Depends, correct Sugar, but claiming his new diaper vanished in the world. Shut up, Mo.
That was funny. You know why, right? Because the adult diapers are called Depends.
Yes, you don't have to explain the joke to me. I get it.
Okay, just in case.
I don't know if. Yeah, I could do the whole pay for dong thing, I guess, if it'll incentivize people to back and it gets funded. If we can help him get there.
He will pay to find out. Hopefully, it's not too expensive. Let's just be frank here.
I hope not. Lord, I don't know.
You can hear the anxiety and the stress coming out of his voice.
I thought you liked to humiliate yourself or some sort of, I don't like to do it, but you guys seem to respond to it in a backing manner. I'm just trying to think of ideas to help drum up interest in these these kind of projects and stuff. Gosh dang it.
Is it working?
Apparently not. Maybe I'll just say never mind then. Move on. Sugar Baby is Sugar's new diaper persona. Oh my.
Yeah. Don't forget to still like and share, people.
Yes, please do. And
Sugar Baby is Sugar's new diaper persona.
yes, everybody, please do go and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave us a like. As always, I'd appreciate it. And
Yeah, my sugar.
if you're watching the replay, even just leave me a comment because I always like seeing those.
Because he's a Superfly Sugar Baby.
You're my butterfly, sugar.
Baby.
I don't know. Apparently, this was a bad idea. So
What?
what? Trying to come up with something embarrassing to do for the funding thing. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna wrap this up, I guess.
He's gonna put some more thinking into it, then we'll get back to you.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something to come up with an idea for it, just to help him out. I don't know. I guess I could pay for the dong if that's.
Yeah, Mo just said it.
Whatever.
Mo just said it. It's a good idea. Just give it time. We have 7 days. Let us get the word out.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of what would work, because then I could, post about it on Twitter or something. But I don't know. I just.
So you either put on a tank top and Daisy Dukes and wash a car.
What? You're adding washing cars to it?
Come on, let's just do this right. Like, it's lore. There's a picture of you doing that shit in a red dress. Let's just be frank here. And 2, the dung. Finding out if it's a dung or twat. Dung or twat. Is it a C or D?
All right.
I just think it would be funny. It would be funnier to you to be in Daisy Dukes if you actually just take a hose and start spraying a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a regular dude, but dressed like. But that would be funny.
All right.
For the stretch goal, Sugar would live stream from his local bathhouse.
There isn't even a bathhouse here.
Make one. You dig a hole, you put water in it, and you invite people.
All right. I guess I'll start to wrap this thing up.
Have a good day, everybody.
Yep. Everybody, wrapping this thing up. Thanks for joining us. Of course, thanks to the guests who popped in. And thanks for actually making it to this one.
And that was totally not a jab, but just saying, just to keep track, for me and the people in the chat, right? When's the next stream?
What?
When is the next stream?
Friday at 4 p.m. And then I got one Saturday at normal time.
And then Monday, do we have something too?
We will.
Are you gonna have something on Sunday as well?
I don't know yet. I got to look.
Okay. Keep me posted, please.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining. See y'all later.
Okay.